Hey everyone, flying first class flights as us regular people in the points of miles game is a stuff of legend because the price of these flights go into the upper thousand, if not $10,000. And it gets even more expensive the farther you travel. But for me, I recently just booked a first class flight, non-stop direct, aboard ANA's suite from North America to Tokyo, Japan. It only cost me 85,000 Virgin Atlantic points with $200 tax and fees. With a cash price for this flight, if you check here, over $10,000, and a cents per point just goes out of this world. I believe it's 15 to 17 cents per point. That is a huge big boy redemption. And you're wondering, hey Michael, how did I book this ANA flight with Virgin Atlantic? Well, this is what this is a video. I'm gonna explain how that worked and how did I book this flight using points and miles. So we gotta get back to the basics and talk about airline alliances. As you know, airplanes have special partnerships with each other where you can use your own currency to book other partner flights. The most basic example is Air Canada Aeroplan and United Airlines and Mileage Plus use their travel currency concurrently. So for example, I can use Aeroplan points to book flights on United Airlines and vice versa. And of course the disclaimer is that if that award flight is available on both sides. So for my example with ANA and Virgin Atlantic, that is actually not the case because if anyone knows, Virgin Atlantic is actually part of SkyTeam, which is not the same team as United, which is just Star Alliance. So then you're like, how did I book this flight? I know I'm stalling, but no, I'm not actually. I'm trying to be very transparent. And the reason why is because just like alliances, there's also special partnership within airlines that also occur as well. And one special partnership that I can definitely describe is JetBlue and Qatar Airways. You can actually book Qatar flights such as Q-Suite with JetBlue points because there's special arrangement. And just as a disclaimer, JetBlue is not part of any airplane alliance, while Qatar is part of the One World Alliance. And also for that Qatar QC flight I'm showing here, you actually book the same equivalent mileage from JetBlue and Qatar Airways, so it's actually a sweet deal if you have those kind of mileage. All right, Michael, get to the chase. So yes, ANA and Virgin have a special relationship just like the one I mentioned here, where you can use mileage to book flights from this. I believe it is a one-way street, but let me know in the comments below if that is the other way, but I believe that it is a one-way street where you can use Virgin Atlantic to book miles at ANA and not the other way around. So finally, we're getting to the juicy part here. And how did I book this flight? Well, there's an easy way and a hard way. The hard way, I believe, is pretty much 100% accurate, but the easy way would be about 90% accurate. But we're gonna go through both of these ways pretty quickly here. And the best thing about doing either of these ways, you're gonna get that first class flight to Japan. Well, last thing, before we actually book this flight, we need to understand how to get to where and who from where, right? Well, from USA to Japan, we need to understand where are the direct nonstop destinations or originations. So let's start with America to Japan here with ANA. Using a site such as Flight Connections will really help me understand where the origination is from America to Japan for direct nonstop flights. As we get on Flight Connections site, you can see from the East Coast, if you want to fly out the East Coast, New York, JFK, Chicago, ORD, and Washington Dulles are states you can consider. From the West Coast, you've got San Francisco, Los Angeles, and Seattle. And also in the middle is also you have Houston as well. And if you want to be bold and flexible and also spread your points even farther, consider alternative North American locations such as Mexico and Canada, as usually there's less demand and you can get really bang for your buck. And also if you're also really far out, Hawaii is definitely a consideration as the points are even cheaper from there to Japan. And lastly here, back on Flight Connections, remember if you look at the Japan map, you'll see that Narita and Haneda are the two major airports from Japan flying to the USA to consider if you want to go back home. And of course, Osaka is a consideration as well, which is KIX. But if you look at the map here, you'll see it generally caters to really Hawaii and also the west coast of the United States. So also consider that as well. Now that we confirm how to get there and where and what states we need to, now we can start getting on the hard way, which is pretty much 100% accurate. Generally, you know, since ANA is part of Star Alliance, the best way is to look through a partner airline such as United Airlines. And United Airlines has one of the easiest sites to navigate. I'm going to show you how right now. So let's get into this. So we get on United Airlines site looking for awardability, and it's pretty simple actually, to be honest. So let's say this scenario here, we want to fly to Japan from New York. Well, first we got to do the basic stuff, right? We get on the website, let's do one way just for example here, and we'll choose here book with miles basically. And we know that from New York, JFK is just state you want to leave from, so let's pick that as well. And then for Japan, there's two main options, but let's stick with Haneda. And if you don't find anything, definitely choose Narita. For the date here, let's just choose a date like April 19th and let's see where we can go from there. Let's do one travel for now. And like I said, the drop down menu, let's live in luxury and choose first class. And then let's hit that magic click button. Disclaimer, as of this recorded, more than likely this first class flight is definitely gone, as first class flights are gone within hours or even minutes because of the huge popularity, one, of the redemption and also the destination. And boom, there's our results. As you can see on the left here, there's a lot of carriers, a lot of flights, a lot of points on the right and middle. And the focus you need to see on is looking for ANA, which is All Nippon Airways. As we scroll down here, you'll see, boom, there it is at JFK to Haneda on April 19th. Shows their non-stop direct on the Boeing 777-300, which is the plane you want for the ANA this week. As you go to the right, you'll see it's 121,000 United Airline miles up. Don't be shocked a little bit. We're not using United. We're using them as a reference to find that flight and book it through Virgin Atlantic. So keep that in mind as we're starting to get through this booking situation. Now you're thinking, hey, now we can book it with Virgin Atlantic. I'm like, what? Hold on a second. Let's go to the easy way and I'll show you how this is done this way. I call it the easy way because, well, it's very easy because you can use an award search tool such as seats.aeropoints.me and you can find this even quicker and still get the same result. I say it's 90% accurate because they, like for Seats.aero for this example, it's only accurate because it shows you based on the last time it was actually found on their algorithm basically. So we're on Seats.aero here and you can see that, well, the shortcut is that it has if you click on the tools there, it has a first class ANA tool there, which basically shows you all of the first class availability from ANA to and from Japan. So as we go on the tool here, you see as we scroll down, there is a lot of pages of availability and it goes as far actually as October and as whenever it pops up here. So as we scroll back to the first page, there we go. We see it, JFK to Haneda. If you go to the right here, you'll see a little eye option and it gives you partner airlines on where you can book this flight, showing here United Airlines and Air Canada. But for the sake of this exercise, we're gonna choose the United icon, and once you click on that, we play the waiting game. And once we click on the button, you'll see here, looks familiar, right? It should be. Same exact page, JFK to Haneda, April 19th, same exact thing. We found it here, and like I said, it's only as accurate as the last time it's found on that tool. So now, guess what? Now we're definitely ready to book that flight with Virgin Atlantic Miles. Hey viewers, I'm doing a free giveaway for my channel, and basically the free giveaway is a World of High Club Access Award. The award expires on February 20th, 2025, so make sure to watch my videos. Here are the rules. Subscribe to my channel and comment. The more comments you do, the more chance you have of winning this award. Also, the more comments you make, the better chance you have to win. I will select a winner at random, and meaning that comment at any video from now until the end of March will be the winner. I will also select 3 winners just in case the first doesn't qualify, based on the qualifications I've mentioned. The drawing will be done on the first week of April. Sorry, I want to add a little tidbit about this contest because of YouTube. I just want to say that YouTube is not sponsoring this free giveaway or contest. Otherwise, let's get back to that regular content. So as we try to book our flight, remember, Virgin Atlantic points, you can get them from all the major credit card issuers: Bilt, Chase, Capital One, American Express, all of them, Citi. So that's why it makes Virgin Atlantic such a great airline partner to have. And the way you book it, you have to call the 1-800 number on Virgin Atlantic website, which is shown here. If you're from the United States, make sure to do that. And you call the agent here. And yes, you can book award flights for yourself or player 2 or just for player 2. And like I said, make sure you give them the dates, the origination, all that stuff they need, and your Virgin Atlantic account number. And if you're doing it for player 2, make sure they have an account and make sure it's active for at least 30 days. Once you do that, all you're left is they're going to confirm the flight in their system and you're good to go. And that's after that, you submit payment and you're ready to pay for your flight. The awesome part too is that, as you can see here, I have deep data points showing here that taxes will cost from about $200 to $350, which is kind of weird because I booked the business class that I canceled. It cost $350 in taxes, while the first class flight I'm going to go on actually only cost me $200. So I'm not sure, maybe they're imposing more fees onto the traveler, so be aware of that before you book that flight from Virgin Atlantic. Either way, it's still a great deal. You're paying a couple $100 in taxes for flights that cost thousands of dollars. Business are around $5,000 plus, and first class are $10,000 and above. So you're definitely maximizing your travel game. As I mentioned, the ANA in Virgin Atlantic is a sweet spot in travel points game, and definitely you should try to use it to your advantage before it goes away because it will be devalued eventually. As I've told you here, you can do about $45,000 to $47,000 one way on business class on ANA's The Room, or you can do what I did, $85,000 to $87,000 on ANA's A Suite for Virgin Atlantic. So definitely consider that before it goes away, and especially being Japan a highly popular tourist destination. So this is the point where I say, what do y'all think about my tutorial? Did you find value in what I provide? Please let me know in the comments below, as I'm very excited for the Japan trip and I want to share my experience, and I hope you could book this kind of flight in the near future. As I say in all my videos, life is short, travel more everyone, and stay tuned for some clips from my Seattle trip I just took recently. Otherwise, I'll see you on the next one.